Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let's hunt something.
You can hunt.
Long have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Good morning, welcome back to another curated top 10 for the 7th of August 2018. Here's a curated top 10 from yesterday and today, depending on where you are in the world. Happy time zone, whatever time zone you're in. Alright, first one today is this gorgeous ecological floating habitats, the Eco Flow Life. I mean, I don't really need to say much of it. I mean, look at this thing. First of all, it's got that like oval shape so that heat inside will kind of just like flow around the inside. You've got a big solar panel, which I don't think exists right now. I don't think you can get a flexible panel like that rolls over the roof. Not as clean as that. Obviously, this is kind of concept art. I do like the windows on the side of that. I can imagine the top of that being a really good place to put all the power management, batteries and everything up above you. So obviously there's no danger of it like getting leaked or water flooding in or anything like that. And then all the power cabling and everything could come down, cascade from the top piece. So this is the Water Nest 100 floating home. Can be positioned along river courses, lakes, bays, atolls and sea areas with calm waters. Big thing on the calm waters there. The use of materials and sustainable production systems make this recyclable up to 98%. I mean, like, these concepts are stunning, absolutely stunning. I think there's a lot of these things similar to this already in the Netherlands. I don't know if this is a ready to go unit or you can just hire the unit, but I mean, look at this open bar with the stalls. You could definitely set yourself up as a co-working spot. Imagine if we had a Steam Hunt sponsored spot where we did product reviews. We had like a co-working bar so people could add products, review products, we could put videos out and work directly with brands, you know, in this beautiful surrounding, and go out into the forest to like review stuff properly in an eco setting. That would be amazing. I mean, this is just like, should be number one today, this one, personally, because it's gorgeous. Alright, next up is the Alt Workstation. Sign me up. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Not only has it got the standing desk and the sitting desk, it's got the whole like movement of like the chair and everything. I'm totally here for this. I don't know how much these things are, but that is a cool little configuration for working. Next up is Trusona. So I found out about this recently because of film Catch Me If You Can, where the main person in that video was a guy called Frank Abagnale, and I watched a Google video the other day about his life and his story, and obviously it's slightly different from the story in Catch Me If You Can, with Leonardo DiCaprio basically being the lead and kind of telling his story, Frank's story. The interesting thing is that Frank has now worked for the FBI for over 40 years, and this is one of the companies that he's consulted on. So I kind of feel that Frank wouldn't get involved with services that didn't have a fair crack of the whip of getting something right. And this is going to be an interesting one moving forward. Passwordless multi-factor identity authentication for any channel. So like the end of passwords basically. And that's kind of huge, because that's always been like a stumbling block between not the acceptance of technology, but all the issues with fraud and just the momentum killer that comes from having to log in and verify and all that stuff. So I'm very interested to see where Trusona goes. I know it's also being being tested by the FBI. So when you know that the FBI or government agencies are trusting this or playing around with this, when it's reducing costs of like up to 30% of call center volume due to password resets, I mean, that's like a multi-million billion-dollar industry, and whoever gets this right is probably going to be one of maybe 3 or 4 global options worldwide. I'm sure the big boys are going to do it. Like, I know Google's got its own like secure system, 80,000 staff, no issues with passwords over the last few years. Big area this, look out for it in the next couple of years. Next up is Alcatree, I think. Digital Design Simplified. Now this is super interesting. I wouldn't have thought that there is a hobbyist side to FPGA development boards, but here it is. It's being made. So they've already had $21,000, the $30,000 goal, 158 packers, 36 days to go. Now, if you don't know what FPGA are, they are kind of a board design, which is traditionally built on these things called ASICs, ASIC, application specific integrated circuits. So the ASICs are kind of slot-in boards that are dedicated to do a certain task. So the majority of Bitcoin miners or crypto miners in general use that kind of infrastructure, use that kind of technology, and normally they're very expensive to make. So it looks like there's kind of a hobbyist thing that's growing up to make programmable versions of this. And why that's interesting is that normally if you bought like a Dash miner or if you bought a Bitcoin miner, it could only deal with that crypto algorithm. Whereas this, it's actually going to be programmable, so you can adapt, that hardware can adapt to different algorithms, and it kind of opens up the notion and idea of like building your own ASCIIs at home, at least until the technology moves on to something else. And the fact that they've already had 21,000 pledged, there's obviously people out there that are looking for a board that they can build, or they can work on a dedicated decoding of a blockchain. Imagine if everybody's got one of these little boxes in their house that's just powered up, connected to the internet, and it's just doing a little bit of mining to pay for, I don't know, blockchain transactions for verification, or maybe upgrades for different services, maybe web services. Imagine if your favorite web service, instead of paying for a yearly subscription, all they did is sent you a box so that you could mine for them. I mean, the possibilities with this thing is kind of interesting. Next up is a Mountain Dog Mountain Dog products. Apart from the fact that they've got really good art, I really love what this company is doing. They're taking old rope from like recycled climbing rope, and like I'm sure like firefighters and things like that, and they're upcycling it. So they're taking the best part of it, they're upcycling it, making it into like a really good, strong, secure leash for dogs. I know a lot of leashes get eaten and they get ripped through and they fall apart. What I like about this company is that they're giving you a lifetime warranty. And more than just the product, it's the storytelling factor of this. The fact that they're taking something that would have normally been thrown away and recycled, but they're upcycling it. So they're not necessarily adding to the process of recycling it. They're just taking something that is perfectly good, cutting it up, remaking it, and then selling you that on for your canine loved one. And I love the design of it as well. Mountain Dog products. The fact is, there's always going to be places where they can get X rope, if you like, X good quality rope, and that lifetime guarantee as well. More than anything, that keeps you a relationship with the customer. So it means that they can bring new products out and upsell to the customer. So I think that's a cool thing today, is that with a bit of branding, with a smart idea, with a lifetime warranty, like earth-friendly leashes. I love that. We're not making any more stuff. We're taking stuff that already exists in the world and we're upcycling it. Just such a good idea. And talking of good ideas, there's absolutely tons of them on this website. Instructables has been around for a long time, and I'm surprised that nobody's hunted it until now. But there's literally like instructions to make so much stuff on this site. Nobody can say they're bored when they can go literally on this website and build some super cool stuff. I mean, look at this thing here: hand stitched leather backpack, magnetic clasp, secret pocket, hidden zippers, bottle holder. I mean, just the creativity here, that you can take some of these ideas and mash it up with your own ideas and sell that as a product. Like, everybody is a creator, can be a creator and a maker these days. So never ever say that you're bored. Like, there's always this website where you can go and learn how to build something. All right, last three today is Ri-Fi. So meet Ri-Fi. Your kids will love doing chores. Wash the dishes, finish your homework, and then what this is basically a way to track chores by Wi-Fi time, allowances, and even set goals to earn like the latest movie tickets. I think this is so smart. Like, instead of like forcing kids to be like off the screen, it's like, all right, if you want to be online, if you want to earn some money, if you want to get onto the Wi-Fi, then you earn some tokens to be able to buy you access onto the internet. I think that's such a smart idea, because then it starts to get the idea of virtual economy, but also gamifying chores for the kids to do. So smart. I don't know if it means that you have to have a dedicated router or if it can just fit in with the rest of your Wi-Fi network. I'm not sure how that works. I think you would probably have to go through that router. So I don't know how efficient or up to date or secure that is, but the interface looks super easy, and you can set different schedules as well. So I kind of dig that. You know, the kids can go to the app, fire it up, see there's little tasks to do the tasks, and then get tokens to get on the internet. I think it's super cool. Next up is Wheelie's Cafe. Wheelie's Cafe, the world's fastest growing cafe chain, coffee like you've never tasted it before. So this is a cool little project as well. It's like a little micro cafe bike, and it's got everything that you need to get started. So not only has it got like all the coffee making facilities, it's a purpose-built bike. It's got all the washing unit in there. I think it's probably got battery power. I think it's probably got Wi-Fi in there. I think you can have different levels of this, but these things are like dotted around the globe. They're like literally everywhere, and I presume they source all the coffee for you as well. You can just apply to be an owner of this coffee. Join 600 plus hungry entrepreneurs around the world in their quest of serving the best coffee in the world. I remember when this first started up about 2 years ago, and they've really ramped things up since then. Literally, there is a way of making money today. Like, if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to put the effort in, you want to put the work in, you want to have your own business, you want to have the control of your own destiny, you can do it. Last two today then. Bento stack. I'm very geeky when it comes to, I'm terribly organized, but I'd like to be organized. The bento stack, keep all your Apple essentials organized. Forget just Apple, like anything that you have on the road to take with you. I just love this multi-stack. It's a box basically, but the way it's put together like a bento box, a bit like sushi when it comes arranged in different sections. I like this because you can buy little bits of technology to fit each one of these things. It looks like those dividers as well move back and forth. I'm not sure if they're magnetic or not, but having a little stack like that in the bottom of my rucksack with everything in it, all of my tech in there, like batteries, SD cards, things like that. Super cool idea. And finally today, the Ethical OS, a guide to anticipating the future impact of today's technology, or how not to regret the things you will build. This is awesome. I didn't even know this existed. I'm super interested in viewing this toolkit and being ready for some of this stuff. Addiction and dopamine economy and asset inequalities, machine ethics and algorithmic bias, surveillance, data control, implicit trust, hateful and criminal actors, truth, disinformation, propaganda. I mean, there's 8 risk zones here to identify the emerging areas of risk and social harm most critical for your team to start considering now. This is something that you should definitely look into and read today. It's something that we will be covering and discussing in our podcast, I'm sure, over the next couple of weeks, or probably months actually. There's that much in there. Alright, that's all the links for today. If you are finding Steam Hunt for the first time, this is what the website looks like as of August 2018. All the links are on the right hand side. When you click through, you appear on the left, click the white button and it takes you through to it. You can fill in this form by logging in with your Steam account, fill out the form and all the details. It posts onto the Steam blog, but also goes onto the Steam Hunt website. And every day, every 24 hours, a little bid bot, we're going to call it Bob, goes around and upvotes all the stuff. Well, probably the top 100, 120 things on the website, and depending on your hunter level, from being active, upvoting, commenting, re-steaming, that your point score is relevant to how much the bidbot upvotes your post. All I can say from the start off, don't follow the numbers of the hunter score, just post really good stuff and connect with people out there who have similar interests to you on Steemit, not necessarily on Steam Hunt, because we don't necessarily support the old idea of upvoting other people's stuff. I randomly pick probably about 10 or 15 posts that I really like on Steam Hunt and upvote them, not knowing who the user is. It's kind of a bit more of a surprise for me, really. And that's it. I hope to see you on Steam Hunt. We're doing a promotional video right now where we have 40 lines, that 1 line each per person, and you record that video line and we build a bigger video piece. We've got 13 of those lines already done, 27 left. So if you want to come and help out in a video, check out my blog, steemit.com/@teamhumble. You can find all the information there. All right, catch you soon. Bye.